Drake May is worthy of the #1 overall pick. He's a really special prospect, one of the best I've ever seen. It's like looking at a young Josh Allen, really. North Carolina has had a couple of elite college quarterbacks recently, but Drake May's statistical peak outclasses what Howell and Trubisky did. So the production is all there, and then the #1 thing that stands out on film is his aggressiveness. He is willing to put his body on the line to make a play. Even under heavy pressure, when bodies are draped all over him and he's getting brought down, he still keeps his eyes downfield and can make throws. Here it is again versus Duke, turning what looks like a sure sack into a first down. He's a right-handed quarterback, but on this play, he's stiff-arming with his right, throwing with his left, and it's still a touchdown. On this play, we've got a clear out and then the tight end running a double move, trying to sneak behind it. And Virginia is actually in a really good position to defend this. Like, there's a defensive back capping this all the way. But since May is looking downfield when he releases the ball, that corner thinks that he's taking the shot, leaves his zone only for it to go to that tight end. And from the end zone angle, we can see May stepping into the throw with heavy pressure in his face and throwing the no-looker. Unblocked blitzer, May doesn't care, pump fakes him and takes off, then cuts back and turns up the sideline. Here it is again, unblocked pressure off the edge. May is super casual about it, pump fakes, hits the slant. He's really good in the pocket. He knows when to hit the top of his drop and climb. It's so easy for him to just slide around. He makes people miss without expending a lot of energy, and he's keeping his eyes downfield. Like, this is the stuff the best pros do. You know, navigate the pocket like this and also have the ability to make huge throws when they are getting hit. This is good spatial awareness, not only in the pocket, but down the field. First of all, cutting back against this block. That's pretty easy. But the next thing is a bit harder. You've got the back and the tight end going to capture the linebacker, but he doesn't just run behind him right away and right into the safety. He presses the other gap, makes people think he's attacking this open space. The safety has to adjust his angle. The blockers get more time to build this double, and then he presses them as close as can be. It ends up being an arm tackle from the safety that he's able to break, and then he finishes the run strong too. Obviously, executing plays the way they're drawn up is great. You need to be able to do it, and he can do it. I haven't even shown that film yet. But when you don't view anything as X's and O's and just can feel space and feel leverage and feel defenders and make plays based off that at any time, that's, I think, what allows a quarterback to put a whole team on their back, and I think that's exactly what Drake May has been doing at UNC. So that's his ability as a playmaker. I think that's the thing about him that's really special. But if you're looking for someone who just steps up and can make great throws from the pocket, he's that guy as well. The amount of 20-plus yarders I saw him hit was ridiculous. More great pocket movements, stepping up, sliding, stopping, and delivering a dime down the field. I think here he's got to see a flash of color in his peripheral vision here, slides away from it, bombs it down the field. And if you were to take a ruler and make a straight line the direction this guy is heading on the break, he would stay right on that line and right at the same speed until the ball drops perfectly in his hands. I mean, it's just bomb after bomb after bomb, perfectly placed. On this play, the backside safety honestly does a good job shuffling towards the middle of the field, trying to squeeze the #3 running a crosser between the two safeties, but Drake May just has that kind of different type of arm strength and throws a bullet between 3 defenders for a touchdown. Here's that throw from the end zone angle, some pressure in his face, really tight coverage down the field, it doesn't matter. The situation here is they are down 4 with 3 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Drake May, what have you got? Well, these guys are settling down versus zone. There's a lot of traffic. His guard is getting pushed into his lap. He takes off, gets his eyes downfield, steps up in the pocket, and delivers an absolute strike to potentially win the game, but the wide receiver can't quite come down with it. He's not the world's most anticipatory thrower, but I don't really think it matters. It's just not his style. His arm is so good and he maneuvers the pocket so well. He doesn't have to throw things crazy early, and the longer he holds it, really, the more stress he's putting on the defense. And he doesn't really struggle to get the ball out when he wants to. Like here, This guy's running out to the flat, but these two corners kind of switch release it, so he's out leveraged to the outside. So he's going to bend it back inside. MAYE sees that right away. He's already releasing the ball and gets it out really quick underneath for a first down. And he can do these things. It's just he would rather go beast mode, which I enjoy. Here there's some post-snap movement, but Virginia ends up getting to Tampa 2, so this middle hole defender has to carry the number 2 vertical, and then they sneak in a dagger route right behind it. Meanwhile, you've got 2 checkdowns in the flat holding these hook defenders. There's going to be a hole right in the middle of everything, and MAYE sees that and hits it. Let me get all this shit off the screen. And yeah, there's MAYE seeing it, climbing and hitting it. And yeah, he doesn't hit this dagger as fast as Tua would, but I just don't think that you need to do that at all. Here he is, first looking at the skinny post, not liking it, and then getting right to the backside dig. Here's another intermediate inbreaker. The corner's playing off and closing on this thing, but when MAYE puts it low and to the outside, he can't really make any sort of play on it. Here, there's a safety rotation, and then he hits the seam against cover 3. Here's a little high-low, a guy in the flat, a guy above him. MAYE pump fakes the guy in the flat to bring the corner up, and then throws a laser right between them for a touchdown. He's got the corner punching the ground. At this point, I think you've all seen enough. I mean, look, if this isn't a good quarterback, I don't know what they look like, man. If this guy isn't someone who could win MVPs and turn a franchise around, I don't know what it's supposed to look like. The weaknesses are definitely like the Josh Allen turnover moments where it's just like, what the hell are you thinking? There have been times where he thinks that it's a good idea to create and it's not, but those aren't really weaknesses. It's just kind of a byproduct of his game. I mean, even the greatest quarterbacks of all time have bad moments. That doesn't necessarily mean they're weaknesses. I don't know what I'd put in like a straight up weaknesses category. There are downsides that come with his play style. His release isn't the quickest. His anticipation isn't the fastest, I guess, but he checks every box for me. And we'll see what my grade on Caleb is. But how good Caleb is doesn't really affect MAYE. MAYE is a first overall candidate in his own right. I 100% think he could be the selection. I absolutely love